Everybody thought DMX was just angry. They laughed at him, called him bitter, and said he was making excuses. But years later, after one scandal after another rocked the music industry, people began revisiting one of his old interviews with a completely different perspective.
You got issues with the industry. What's going down with the industry, dog?
The industry is full of a bunch of sucking, riding, bending over the desk, straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it, nigga. Bring it. I don't give a bring it. Bring it. They got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play this shit.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executives, and it's like there's too much of that going on. A lot of the love I had for wanting to be a part of the industry is not there anymore. I don't even associate myself with the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Suddenly, what once sounded unbelievable had millions asking the same question. Was DMX trying to warn everyone? For years, rappers have hinted that powerful executives controlled far more than just record deals. DMX was one of the loudest voices speaking out. He claimed there were people at the top of the industry who expected artists to do far more than simply make music if they wanted a real chance at success. At the time, almost nobody took him seriously.
And you've always stood alone, and you know, bloodline.
I don't hang with niggas. You're not gonna see me at every party, every industry party, all the clubs. I go somewhere quiet, man, shoot pool with me and my mans and them. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I do. You know what I'm saying? My remote control cars, jump on the four wheelers. You know what I mean? I ain't with all that in the club, throwing it up and all that bullshit. I ain't got time for that shit, man. Then you find yourself doing the same shit every fucking day. What are you, a fucking alcoholic? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Give it a fucking break, man. Live a little, you know what I mean? I play with my kids, man. I play with my toys, I play with my dogs, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now, after years of allegations, lawsuits, and public controversies involving some of the biggest names in entertainment, those old interviews have taken on an entirely new meaning. Many fans believe DMX's words deserve another look. Nearly 20 years ago, DMX openly criticized the music business. He claimed certain record executives pressured artists behind closed doors and rewarded those who were willing to play by their rules. According to him, he refused to compromise himself, even if it meant damaging his own career. In the interview, DMX expressed his frustration with what he witnessed in the industry. He accused some newer rappers of doing whatever powerful executives wanted in exchange for promotion, radio play, and career opportunities. He also complained about unequal treatment, claiming other artists received constant support while his own music was deliberately held back.
To tell me one time, I said, yo, why I can't have two videos playing at the same time? Oh, because we don't want your videos to compete with each other. But then I turn on the motherfucking TV, I ain't gonna say no artist names, but they got 3 videos back to back.
Exactly.
I'm like, you feeding me fucking bullshit, and you sucking these niggas. It's all crazy, man. What's wrong with yo? I had to punch one nigga in his face up there, man. After that, I was like, I'm not going to the office no more.
Looking back at the interview today, it's easy to see just how frustrated and disappointed he was with the industry. When the clip recently began circulating online again, many viewers immediately assumed DMX was referring to Sean Diddy Combs. Others, however, argued that his comments pointed to someone even more influential, Clive Davis. According to these interpretations, DMX's story is just the tip of the iceberg. Some commentators have alleged that both Diddy and Clive Davis preyed on young artists entering the music industry. These allegations remain highly disputed. Before continuing, it's important to be clear. What follows involves allegations, rumors, and opinions that have circulated publicly for years. None of these claims have been proven in court. Clive Davis has denied wrongdoing where applicable and has never been criminally charged in connection with these allegations. One of the most outspoken figures making these claims has been Jaguar Wright. For years, she has alleged that Diddy learned many of his business tactics from former Uptown Records executive Andre Harrell, whom she claims was heavily influenced by Clive Davis. According to Jaguar Wright's account, she believes patterns of power, influence, and manipulation were passed from one generation of music executives to the next. She has repeatedly argued that the culture within the industry was much bigger than any single individual. She also points to an interesting moment in music history. In 1993, Andre Harrell fired Diddy from Uptown Records. Many believed that would mark the end of his career. Instead, just weeks later, Diddy launched Bad Boy Records, which quickly grew into one of the most successful labels in hip-hop. That rapid rise has fueled years of speculation about who helped make it possible.
You're a major influence on the career of P. Diddy. Have you spoken to him since the federal raid? Have you spoken to Sean Combs? comment, Mr. Davis? Any comments about Diddy? He credits you as one of his mentors.
And in her new interview with Real Life Street Stars, they actually brought up this weird encounter with Clive Davis to ask Jaguar Wright how she felt about it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll you guys this clip of Jaguar Wright explaining why Clive Davis would act like he couldn't understand questions about Diddy. And you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
You mentioned Clive Davis. They just showed him recently walking into somewhere, and they asked him about Diddy, and he said, "Who?" Is that old age, or does he not? They're not in the same world, or they're in the same world, but they're not cohorts.
He's definitely been his ass.
Oh, okay.
I would call that the same world.
Okay. It's pretty intertwined.
And for him to say Diddy who is his way of saying, I'm not talking about Sean anymore. Maybe he's been playing cozy with the other Sean. Maybe he just got him another Sean.
Okay.
Jay-Z's awful quiet.
Jaguar Wright has repeatedly echoed a long-running rumor Clive Davis played a major role in helping Bad Boy Records get off the ground. She has also repeated allegations regarding how that support was allegedly obtained. However, these claims have never been substantiated with credible evidence and remain unverified rumors. What is publicly known is that Clive Davis became one of the most influential music executives in modern history. Over several decades, he worked with countless successful artists and helped shape the careers of many household names. In 2013, Clive Davis published his memoir, The Soundtrack of My Life, in which he publicly revealed that he is bisexual. Following that announcement, some people speculated about whether he had ever engaged in inappropriate relationships with artists he worked with, particularly younger performers. However, no credible evidence has established such claims, and speculation alone should not be treated as fact.
If anyone's gonna know about Diddy's secrets, it's going to be this guy who was his bodyguard in the 90s, and he actually exposes a lot about Diddy.
A lot of people believed that, Usher was groomed by Diddy.
He wasn't only groomed by Diddy, he was groomed by L.A. Reid, the rest of them too, man. Because they knew what happened. Then they came out and brought him back, and all of a sudden, he's getting all the great tracks. He's getting all the songs. They making him into this star, even though he may have been a...
He knew that Diddy was involved with other men, and he also witnessed the weird things going on in his house with young boys such as Usher. He claims that everything Diddy was doing to young boys actually happened to him by his mentor named Clive Davis. This man introduced Diddy to the music industry, and he actually came out as bisexual recently, and it's been said allegedly that he forced Diddy to do certain things with him in order for Diddy to start his career. He basically gave Diddy the opportunity to start Bad Boy Records, and if it wasn't for him, then Diddy would be no one.